we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer, that calls me from a world of care, and makes me at the Father's throne, making my wants and wishes known. Sweet hour of prayer.
Good. Go back to the last two measures of the first page. Make all my wants and wishes known. Wishes known. Would you play that for us slowly, Rob? Let's sing that. Make all my, about that tempo. 1, 2, 3.
Make all my wants and wishes known.
One more time.
Hey Sid, is the bass part supposed to be the last measure? Is it C, D, G, or is it D, D, G?
I have D, G, D, D,
Okay.
D, G, which is hard for me to say. D, D, G.
Okay. I was singing it and I was like, what did I do?
It was me.
No worries.
Just do those two measures one more time. 1, 2, 3.
Make all my wants and wishes known.
Good. Let's go back and do the whole thing one more time. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 5. And once again. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer, that calls me from a world of care, and meets me at the Father's throne. Make all my wants and wishes known. Sweet hour of prayer.
Let's do the whole thing with accompaniment one time. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer, that calls me from a world of care, and makes me at the Father's throne. Make all my wants and wishes known.
1, 2, and
Sweet hour of prayer.
good. Very good. The other things we have to run through are things we really know pretty well. I'd like for us to do Morning Has Broken and I guess maybe Ain't Got Time to Die tonight. That's all we'll do. Let's start with Morning Has Broken.
Which DVC part do you want for me? There's just a couple.
Oh yeah, I see. Do bass.
Okay.
And let's do second alto.
Okay.
And we will not worry about obviously, the soprano descant.
Great.
Ryan's got it.
Ryan, sing that.
Let's sing it just from the top. I changed the tempo marking because what he's got is just ridiculously slow. So, 1 and 1. second measure at the top of 8, we'll relax that tempo just a little bit before we hit the final chord. Let's go back and sing from the bottom of 3, just a little bit, starting measure 24. Maybe a tad slower. 1 and 2 and
Sweet Harmony to fall, sent from heaven, like the first to fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sung in completeness where his feet pass.
good. Y'all don't have any questions in there, do you?
On 59 to the end, that's all one phrase, correct?
59 to the end?
Yes,
Yes.
because I can't make it.
Well, and
You can have
that's the beauty of a giant choir, too.
Right.
Let's start at the top of 6, minus the sunlight, and just go about that tempo to the end. Measure 47.
That would be page 7. And 9.
Weird, it's page 6 in mine.
Me too.
I got 6.
Do you
I
have
got 6.
gloriously?
6, yes.
Glorious, I do have gloriously.
A glorious 7.
I have gloriously on page 6.
Quick question, can everybody hear okay?
It's fine.
I could use a little bit more.
I could use
Me
more
too.
of myself.
Me too.
I can hear everybody else, but not myself at all.
Okay.
You don't sound very certain. I could use a little more of myself.
Do I want to hear more of myself?
Ryan, I could use some French fries. Milkshake.
Okay, back to your regular program.
Here we go. Measure 47. 1 and 2 and.
Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, and supplicates within his age, whichever was holy. God's recreation
Okay, let me say to everybody who's watching at home, once you get to page 6 or 7, depending on if it's like my music or Rob's music, measure 47, there's that descant, and so now there are 5 staves, and if you're not careful, you're going to lose your place. So I would draw an arrow next to mine, whether I'm a soprano, alto, tenor, or bass, so you'll know where you're going. Let's look at Ain't Got Time to Die.
Keep so busy praising my Jesus. Keep so busy praising.
Sorry.
I think we're excited about this one.
Well, it's pretty easy. Again, there's a divisi, so let's do bass and second alto.
Tenor
Yeah.
splits also.
Just do first tenor,
And soprano?
do first soprano, sorry.
Okay.
When you get to the crazy humming part at the bottom of page 12, don't do it. Where it says sopranos obligato,
Okay.
don't do it.
I will not.
The worst part about this piece is it's so easy to just pick up steam and get faster and faster. But it needs to just sort of sit back on itself and just sort of rock along. So let's just start from the very top about keep so busy praising my Jesus. Robert, would you be the tenor soloist?
Keep so busy praising my Jesus. Keep so busy praising my Jesus. Ain't got time to die. I'm praising my Jesus.
go back and do that part again, because it's pretty much the same thing. It's just strophe. Let's go back to top of 5, the last measure. Ain't got time to die, cause. Here we go. 1 and 2 and.
Ain't got time to die, 'cause it takes all my time to praise my Jesus, all my time to praise my Lord. If I don't praise Him, the rock's gonna cry out, glory and honor, glory and honor. Ain't got time to die.
Let's go back and just make sure that tenors understand what they're doing at home. All of my time to praise my Jesus, all of my time to praise my Lord, and then the parts cross. So follow the stems. Rob, would you play first tenor at the top of 6 to praise my Lord if I don't praise Him? Yeah, do that one more time, would you?
Did I do it right?
No, yeah, do it right. Because of the F, that's right. The reason the parts cross for tenors at the top of 6 is it just makes a better leading line for them, makes their own sort of little melody. Let's go back to the same place to top of 5, the last measure, Ain't Got Time to Die. You go 1 and 2 and.
Ain't got time to die, 'cause it takes all of my time to praise my Jesus, all of my time to praise my Lord. If I don't praise Him, the rock's gonna cry out, glory and honor, glory and honor. Ain't got time to die.
Let's make sure, that's good. Let's make sure the last measure, bottom of 6, first measure, top of 7 for first tenors is ba-da-dum-ba-da, ain't back to the E flat, ain't got time to die. Is that a page turn?
No.
Okay. So nobody at home has an excuse. Here's just a couple of things stylistically about the piece. Keep so busy, praise. You've got accent marks in places where normally I would say don't ever accent. For example, praise my Lord. Glory and honor. You should punch the last note of those. Glory and honor. Ain't got time to die. Ain't got time to die should all at the ends of those verses should always decrescendo. Ain't got time to die. And please note at home there is no T. It's not that the T is silent. It's just not there. It's not that we don't explode it. It's just not there. Also, would you look at the places like the bottom of 4? I'm praise. I'm praise in my Jesus. We need to accent the HM and the I'm praising. So you almost come out of the HM on the I'm explosively. I'm praising my Jesus. And I would say make that a tad early every time. The I'm pray. Better a little early than a little late. It does the same thing several times. And then yes, where the top of 15, glory and honor, ain't got time to die. Now won't you get? So once again, right out of the gate, you accent the word now, and if anything, it needs to be on the early side rather than the late side. Can we sing the top of page 15 till the end?
The second one?
Let's start on the first part. Yeah, here we go. 1 and 2 and.
Glory and honor, ain't got time to die. Now won't you get out of my way? Let me praise my Jesus. Out of my way, let me praise my Lord. If I don't
let's do that one more time.
Sorry.
Let's do that one more time from where did we start? Yeah. First measure, top of 15. Here we go. 1 and 2 and.
Glory and honor, ain't got time to die now, won't you get out of my way, let me praise my Jesus, out of my way, let me praise my Lord, if I don't praise him, the rock's gonna cry out, glory and honor, ain't got time to die.
And make sure there's no D on and. Glory and honor, not glory and honor. And make sure it's out of my way, not out of my way. It's easy for friends at home. It's easy if we've been really careful as choristers to be, perfect with our diction, to think this diction is perfect, and it's not. It's perfectly not slang, but it's written the way it should be sung, except for the word Gonter. We're not going to say Gunter. I hate that. I think that's all we can do.